All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. Stormwatch 2019. Let's see, what is the weather right now? It is 50 degrees and raining. 2 days in a row of raining in California. We don't know how to act out here, so I haven't left my house in 2 days. Anyways, good morning on this Super Bowl Sunday. What way to have a pre-kickoff than to be talking about crypto. So let's see who do we have on the line right now. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from and hit that thumbs up button. Bethany Gibbs from Seattle. Mafus, Laurel, Maryland. Tommy Adun from sunny New Jersey. I bet it's still cold over there. Bethany Gibbs. Seattle, Washington. Brenda Abram, OKC. Shane West. That's right, pregame blockchain from Chicago. Shane, I know you ain't left the house. How's Chicago doing? Justice LeBron from Puerto Rico. Bouger from Dallas. That's right. How about them Rams? As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There are 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, always or never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? What vehicle of choice, like KGX, take action in, stay focused, don't get distracted. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. And this morning, we've got a very interesting crypto talk. One, I want to apologize yesterday for the technical difficulty. You know, it's raining in California, so when that happens, nothing works right. Internet don't know how to act right. People don't know how to act right. So I wasn't able to share my screen. But I'll cover a little bit of what what you weren't able to see yesterday, especially because we're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about presidential candidates and where they stand on crypto. We're going to talk about green. And we're going to talk about 2 things. We're going to talk about the SIM cards are still only $300. I don't know when that's going to flip on the website, but it's still $300 right now. And then we're going to talk about healing technology. healing technology. Kind of goes in line with green. I like that. First up, let's look at the market right now. Crypto market cap is at 114.1 billion. It has not moved much at all. Maybe 100, 200 million since yesterday morning. But it's pretty much flatlined the last 2 days. Bitcoin dominance, 53.3%. That dropped a little bit, so that extra money went into the altcoins. See, Bitcoin 0.1 negative, Ripple negative 0.3, Ethereum is up, EOS is up, Bitcoin Cash down, Litecoin up. This is a flat market right here. Except you got Oh My Go having a 4%. What about top performers? Steam, 6.8%. Oh My Go, 4%. Wow, the top performer is only at 6%. What about worst performer? Aurora, negative 19, almost 20% down. ODEM, negative 10. Stratus, PoonDX is down, negative 4.8. That's been on a steady decline. I wonder why last 7 days. Dent, Wax, Nano, Chainlink, Tezos, Bitcoin SV. So that's a flat market. First up, we talked about, I think I covered this, was it yesterday? One of the largest exchanges in Canada is going through something weird. Okay. And I'm skeptical about this story. Red flags are popping up. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's not passing the smell test. So here's what happened. This exchange, for some reason or another, had all of its reserves in one cold storage wallet that only one person had the password and the keys to, the CEO, and he died. So with him dying, nobody has access to it. It's over $190 million. All right, here's why it does not pass my smell test. Number one, this company was already having financial issues all freaking year. Something was going down with them. They were under investigation. The owner dies, yet he was the only one who had access to the wallet. This is freaking security basics 101. See, and individually, you guys should have multiple copies of your stuff and have somebody, a family member, instructions on what to do if you're not around so that they can access the money. But that's on an individual level. You mean to tell me 190 million, the other co-owners and staff and investors did not tell this guy, hey, where's the backup keys in case anything happens to you? Really? So I personally, looking at this, think that it's going to become one of the biggest exit scams that these other owners are trying to pull. I don't believe the story. But let's read, this is the second article. Let's see if anything has changed since I read it yesterday and might change my mind. So how do the world's largest crypto exchanges store funds? Okay, so I guess they're not gonna really get into Quadriga. Canada's largest crypto exchange, Quadriga CX, lost more than $190 million worth of user funds and is unable to reimburse its users. That's another reason why we say do not store your coins on exchanges. You only have coins on the exchange that you are going to sell. That reminds me, Poloniex is, I'm feeling a little shady about them. I need to move those coins to Binance. But I'm trading with those coins. So how do the world's largest digital asset exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase store funds to avoid a tragic situation like Quadriga CX? CEO should never have sole access to crypto on an exchange. Hello, really? A common criticism against the Canadian exchange, which now faces the risk of bankruptcy and bank default, was its structure. Melton Demirors, an executive at CoinShares, said that Quadriga CX lacked continuity, planning, and a reliable structure. In a highly unlikely event that an executive or a key figure at an exchange goes missing, the company should still be able to operate and protect the funds of users. Yes. Back in the day, when I joined a company, one thing I always ask the CEO, especially if the CEO is that type that has to have control on every aspect of the company, like, what's the backup plan if anything happens to you? You know, I'm not wishing death or anything on you. I'm just saying, will we be able to move forward, or is it just your show? Got to ask the question. Beyond horrifying, Canada's largest exchange, Quadriga CX, founder dies suddenly. Did they ever release how he died, or why he died? That might be a fishy situation in itself. No one has private keys to wallets, fiat balances, inaccessible. Operational security and continuity planning is essential for both a business and an individual, she said. Changpeng Zhao, the CEO of Binance, the world's largest or biggest crypto exchange based on volume, said the exchanges have to utilize a multi-signature system to control a cold wallet. In Bitcoin, a multi-signature wallet allows multiple users or organizations to hold private keys to the wallet. Only when all of the keys or the majority of the keys are combined, depending on the structure of the multi-sig wallet, can the funds be accessed. That's smart. That's sad, CZ said, referring to the Quadriga CX case. There are many solutions to split private keys or signing to achieve 3/5, 5/7, etc. Never neglect security. Also, never have a CEO carry private keys. Bad on many levels. Personally, in good health and intent to live longer and prosper. For an exchange, the protection of user funds and the security of internal management systems have to be prioritized over any other area. Many of the largest exchanges in the global market employ a carefully laid out strategy in governing cold storage wallets to ensure the safety of user funds. In December 2018, Coinbase, a leading US-based exchange, transparently disclosed the biggest crypto transfer on record involving its cold wallet, providing a rare insight into its system. Prior to moving its cold wallet funds, the Coinbase team said it planned months ahead of the event to eliminate any potential technical hiccup. Previously, Coinbase stored user funds in a cold wallet secured in a safety deposit box. As the exchange grew in size, the company had to overhaul its storage to a more secure and efficient system. They explained, we began planning months before the actual move date and involved almost every team at Coinbase in the process. I know they were sweating bullets before they pressed that button. We conducted risk assessments, honed monitoring plans, and conducted test migrations until we were positive that the live migration would go off without a hitch. I wouldn't have done it in one big bulk like that. I would have broke that sucker up in like 4 or 5. Quadriga CX's negative effect on the crypto sector. Yes, negative. See, this is what I'm telling you guys, why education is key. Even a CEO of an exchange screwed it up. You see that? Education is so important. Nathaniel Popper, a journalist at the New York Times, said it best. The Mt. Gox-esque case of Quadriga CX may have harmed the reputation of the industry, as well as that of companies like Coinbase, Binance, and Gemini that allocate a significant portion of the resources in protecting user funds and establishing industry standards. Already in major markets such as Japan and South Korea, crypto exchanges have a reputation of being vulnerable to hacking attacks and fraudulent operations due to past events. These cases demonstrate that the cryptocurrency sector is still at its infancy. That's true. Over time, as the industry adopts better practices, the infrastructure and internal management systems of exchanges are expected to improve. I agree with that as well. Internet, 1993. So what can you do? What does this mean for you? Number one, watch what exchanges you're putting your money on. Even though Poloniex is the one that I learned from, it's what I'm most familiar with, I'm gonna wean myself off of Poloniex and move more towards Binance. So I'm starting that process now. I'm gonna go ahead and move that today. Because Poloniex it's a major exchange, but not as big as the others. And it's something that's like I got a gut feeling. Something just doesn't feel right. So I'm not going to play around with that. So make sure you're on the major exchange and don't keep coins on there that you're not going to trade with, especially when you start moving your green coin. The second thing you can do is those of you that get your private wallets like Green, for example, remember you wrote down your 24-word key? Have multiple copies of that and have somebody that you trust, like a family member. Well, somebody said, I don't trust my family. Somebody you trust or whatever with instructions on what to do in case something happens to you, and also in case you lose it in one area. Showed you guys a story of a woman that lost thousands of dollars back in 2017 because she forgot her password. She didn't know where she lost her 2FA on her phone, and she couldn't find her seed keys. Lost all her money and wanted to blame somebody else for that. Now, y'all better get my money. Well, you really? It's gone. All right. So, you know what? This might be a learning time. If I'm going to get my eyes, like Shane says, used to Binance, I might as well do it with the camera on, right? I might as well. I'm speaking to the KGX community. I might as well, in our private community group, turn on screen share and learn with all of you at the same time. How about that? We'll see. Take you on the journey with me. That's right, Shane, but it's not Pookie, it's Pookie. Pookie. Don't trust Pookie. All right. Next up, billionaire Mike Novogratz tells us all to chill. Chill out. It's all good. Don't worry about it. The best is yet to come. All right. Yeah, Bethany, I think I'll do that. I'll do it all the way from moving coins from Poloniex. Yeah, you know what? I'll actually with the dang, Rob told me you gotta be careful doing. Well, that's not a lot. No, I won't show me actually moving the coins from Poloniex to Binance. Once it's on Binance, then I'll do that. I don't want my wallet info out there. All right, stay the course. Billionaire Bitcoin bull Mike Novogratz has advice for the bitter crypto winter. The CEO of cryptocurrency merchant bank Galaxy Digital admits that the crypto winter will probably last longer than he had anticipated. Right now, the new figure is by third, fourth quarter of this year. We should start to see a change. It might all the way to 2020. However, the Goldman Sachs alum still believes that institutional investors will eventually enter the market and remains an avowed Bitcoin bull. Novogratz tweeted, "Don't think we head north for at least a few more months. Always take longer for institutions to move. Very confident they will. Tons of activity under the hood. Stay the course." Now, when a billionaire from Goldman Sachs, who has invested hundreds of millions into crypto, you don't think he's connected? He knows things that we don't know yet? Like he said, things happening underneath the hood. I'm actually surprised he's saying something publicly about this. Remember, don't listen to what they say, follow what they do. So even if he says this, do I believe it? What is he doing? Is he backing out of the crypto space? No. He lost over $100 million in 2018, and he's still full speed ahead. Remember, don't listen to what they say. Follow what they do. Realizing, having tweeted about crypto in a while, it's a grind. Don't think we head north for at least a few months. Always take longer for institutions. Lots of happening under the hood. Stay the course. He had set Bitcoin price at 20,000 for 2019. The protracted market slump has caused many a crypto enthusiast to scale back their exuberance, and Novogratz is one of them. In November 2018, Novogratz boldly set a $10,000 Bitcoin price target for the end of the first quarter of 2019. He also predicted that Bitcoin would top 20,000 this year. But as the market slump continues with no signs of an immediate reversal, Novogratz has now apparently adopted a more sober outlook. That said, he said, don't expect Bitcoin stalwarts to jump ship anytime soon. We're at the beginning of February, and there's still almost 11 full months left in 2019. Time is going by fast. You guys realize that? 1 month down, 11 months to go. Crypto evangelists like Dan Morehead, the CEO of Bitcoin investment firm Pantera Capital, say it's time for those with short-term mindsets to stop freaking out. Why? Because the industry has weathered bear markets before, and this is different from the others, Morehead insists. In the previous one, I had more of a worry in the pit of my stomach about whether blockchain was actually going to work. With this one, the underlying fundamentals are much, much stronger than they were in the 2014 and 2015 crypto winter. The few who do versus the many who talk. Oh, I like that. Critics may say that Bitcoin bulls like Dan Morehead, Mike Novogratz, the Winklevoss twins, and Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire are unrealistically optimistic. That's probably because they have skin in the game. They should have skin in the game. I'm not going to listen to somebody who doesn't. They should have skin in the game. They're not just talking the talk. They're walking the walk. They have invested a lot of their own money in the success of the industry. Therefore, they are highly motivated to ensure it thrives. Last month, Novogratz increased his holdings in Galaxy Digital to 79.3% after acquiring an additional 2.7% of his outstanding shares for $5.4 million. He previously held a 76.6% stake. The former Wall Street banker is now Galaxy Digital's single largest shareholder with 221 million shares. If that's not a sign of conviction or personal accountability, it's hard to say what is. In other words, Mike Novogratz one day will be one of the richest men in the world. He's already a billionaire, but he ain't in the top, 40? But this is a man that will be worth $500 billion in the future. Mark, I predict. In response to skeptics who are gleefully cheering the current abysmal state of the market, Novogratz sagely points out that revolutions don't happen overnight. Meanwhile, skeptics are betting that the crypto market will crater into extinction. Not surprisingly, the most vocal opponents are people from traditional financial institutions and legacy banks whose existence is threatened by the rise of the crypto industry. Well said. 3 weeks ago, futures trader Anthony Grisanti predicted that the Bitcoin price would soon tank below $3,000 amid a mass sell-off. Grisanti is an analyst at CNBC who previously traded energy futures at Bear Stearns. Like other crypto naysayers, Grisanti believes it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin totally collapses. Yeah, whatever. He claims that whenever the Bitcoin price rallies a little, it's because people are liquidating their positions. Whether or not they're liquidating outright or the futures, they are liquidating. Really, Grisanti? Then why is Bitcoin price right now still higher on average than in the last 10 years combined? Why is that, if what you say is true? It was under $1,000 a coin for 6 years? Grisanti's fellow CNBC commentator Scott Nations also blasted Bitcoin. Remember what they said about CNBC? If you do the opposite of what they say, you will be 95% correct when it comes to crypto. If they start saying buy, you sell. If they start saying sell, you buy. So he says Bitcoin has no value, yet he's not saying that real money has no value, meaning traditional money, fiat money. That has no value either. It's not backed by anything. If you are in your 20s, you have never seen an asset bubble. You were a teenager during the housing bubble. You were not even a teenager during the dot-com bubble. Well, baby, this is a bubble. And right now, it's coming unglued. Really? Didn't CNBC say that 5 years ago, too? 8 years ago, it said the same thing? I've never seen a bubble reinflate itself before. I'm just saying. All right, last up. Can you believe it? We are about to go into another presidential election. But this time around, people are asking about crypto. So here's what every major 2020 U.S. presidential candidate has said about Bitcoin. So if you are a one-issue type of person, and many of you out there are, and Bitcoin is that issue for you, this is some useful information. For me, it's useful to know, because if any of these people get elected, what are they going to do as far as crypto in the future for the United States? We are lagging behind the rest of the world because we're trying to hold on to the US dollar as king. And we haven't woken up to the fact that our day in the sun using the US dollar is fading. The sun is setting on the dollar. We haven't realized. And we're always, whenever an empire, if you want to say that, starts to go in decline like that, the last people to figure it out are the people in that empire. You got to look at it from outside the scope. You go overseas, you'd be amazed. Most Americans have never left their city or their state, let alone visited another country that's not Canada or Mexico. But when you go to different countries, and yes, America is still, even now, is still that castle on a shining hill, so to speak, that utopia that people respect as a nation for our history. But the respect level is not like it used to be. And the other nations are catching up real quickly. And in fact, a lot of their standard of living is better than ours, much better in a lot of places. And this, you got to look at yourself from the outside point of view to see what's really going on. So here's what every major U.S. candidate has to say. But wait, but what about the current president? Do you guys have any quotes from what Donald Trump has said about Bitcoin? He hasn't said nothing about Bitcoin. Barely. All we know is from his actions. He hired Jay Clayton to be head of the SEC, and Jay Clayton has been against Bitcoin and crypto. Well, really hard on regulation for it. Negative, in other words. However, Steve Bannon, which was his original advisor, didn't say nothing while he was in office, but since he's left, has been very positive about Bitcoin, only because he wants to use it as a revolution against the Federal Reserve, the US dollar. He recognizes that fact. He's been touring Europe talking about the use of cryptocurrencies as a means to revolt. But Trump hasn't said much. Vladimir Putin certainly has said a whole lot. Every week, Putin's saying something about crypto. That is true. He did hire Mick Mulvaney. And Mick Mulvaney is positive on Bitcoin. So let's see what the other candidates are about. And it'll be interesting when they start doing their town halls and their debates, how many times they will mention or crypto will be brought up as a question. I'm curious about that. So the 2020 U.S. presidential election is still nearly 2 years away, but campaign season is already in full swing. Before long, voters will know which Democrats support the Green New Deal, and what mantra will replace Trump rally staple, lock her up. Assuming Hillary Clinton doesn't run again, that is, please don't. Don't. Less prominent, though, are the candidates' thoughts on Bitcoin, positions which do not always sort out along party lines. That is true. It's interesting. Bitcoin is not partisan. It's not Republican. It's not Democrat. Will the 2020 U.S. presidential election bring us the first crypto investor in chief? Or will the voters elect someone who qualms about using the long arm of the executive branch to impose burdensome regulations on the nascent asset class? Well, let's find out. While this list is not exhaustive, more than 24 Democrats have either formally begun their campaigns or are considering running. It includes every major candidate as well as others who have taken notable stances on Bitcoin or blockchain technology. We will regularly update this list as candidates enter the race and or update their opinions on cryptocurrency. So Democratic candidate Cory Booker. Claim to fame, he's a sitting senator of New Jersey. Campaign status, he's running. Crypto stance is in question. Cory Booker sits on the Senate Commerce Subcommittee on Communications Technology, Innovation, and the Internet. But the junior senator from New Jersey has not revealed his thoughts on at least one innovative Internet native communications technology, Bitcoin. So these questions need to be asked. Anytime a camera gets put in their face, somebody needs to ask, hey, what do you think about Bitcoin? Get on record with it. Tulsi Gabbard, did I say her name right? Gabbard or Gabbard? She's representative from Hawaii. She's running. She has invested in crypto, which is interesting because Hawaii is very huge regulations about crypto. While Tulsi has not revealed her formal stance on crypto, her public financial disclosures show that the representative from Hawaii invested in Litecoin and Ethereum toward the height of the crypto bubble. It is not clear whether she continues to hold these funds. Kirsten Gillibrand. She's a senator from New York. Crypto stance is in question. Gillibrand has not taken a public stance on Bitcoin. Not that it would necessarily matter much. Once a representative from a conservative New York district, her views have, to put it nicely, evolved since her 2009 appointment to the Senate and subsequent development of a national profile. Kamala Harris, Cali girl, senator from California, crypto stance in question. Oh, I have personal ties to her, so I will find out where Kamala stands. I need to call my pops up. We'll have a sit down with her. If Senator Kamala Harris has a strong position on cryptocurrency, she has yet to share it with the public. And you know, she's not going to say nothing about it in any significance, probably until 2020 summertime. She's going to sit on that one. But I'll find out one way or another. Elizabeth Warren, claim to fame, sitting senator from Massachusetts. Status? She's critical on crypto. All right, well, Elizabeth, you just lost a couple of points there. Senator Warren has been sharply critical of the state of the cryptocurrency industry, reiterating in several congressional hearings that she believes U.S. regulators need to do more to oversee the nascent asset class and the harm it could do to retail investors. I'll go sit down somewhere. You're out. That is if you're a one-issue person. She said, I'm worried about consumers getting hurt. She told Yahoo in 2017 when asked for her opinion on Bitcoin, arguing that when regulators take a back seat, it is American families who pay the price. She has been particularly skeptical of ICOs, which she said are often used to scam ordinary investors. The challenge is how to nurture productive aspects of crypto with protecting consumers, she said last October. Nothing too wrong with that statement. Andrew Yang. He's an entrepreneur. He's bullish on crypto, obviously so. Andrew Yang's presidential campaign is a long shot, but it's one that's of particular interest to cryptocurrency fanatics since he announced that he would accept campaign donations denominated in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Republican candidates. Donald Trump. Claim to fame, former reality TV star, sitting U.S. president, questionable crypto stance. President Trump has not shared his thoughts on cryptocurrency. However, his administration includes several current and former senior members who are pro-Bitcoin. Mick Mulvaney, the acting White House chief of staff, praised Bitcoin in 2016, stating that the cryptocurrency was not manipulatable by any government. He compared it favorably to the U.S. dollar, which he said had been effectively devalued by the Federal Reserve. See, okay, that's the Steve Bannon approach. They're going to be hedging crypto against the Fed. There's an agenda going on there. So again, I put a question mark as far as Trump's administration being positive about crypto. It's asterisk because they've got another agenda. Former White House advisor Steve Bannon is also a crypto bull, revealing last year that he owned Bitcoin and wanted to launch one or more utility tokens. I'm working on some tokens now, utility tokens potentially, for the populist movement on a worldwide basis, he said, but they've got to be quality. Peter Thiel, the billionaire venture capitalist who served on the Trump transition team, has repeatedly stated that he believes Bitcoin is digital gold and has invested in several other blockchain projects, including EOS creator Block.one. U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin had less praise for Bitcoin when he discussed the matter last January. Though he didn't go as far as to state that the government needed to impose more regulations on the industry, he said that the Treasury is very focused on cryptocurrency and wants to ensure that the technology does not become the new Swiss bank account. See that? Again, what is their intent here? What is their agenda? Similarly, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders stated in 2017 that the cryptocurrency industry is being monitored by the executive branch and that advisors had discussed it with Trump during an Oval Office meeting. Notably, Donald Trump was also the first U.S. president to sign an executive order explicitly mentioning cryptocurrency. That March 2018 order banned U.S. citizens from buying the state-sponsored Petro crypto created by Venezuela. You guys were listening to my crypto talks January 2018 when I mentioned the Petro for the first time. Someone asked, Brandon, are you going to buy the Petro? And I said, absolutely not. There's no way I'm going to get on the U.S. radar screen for doing that. And that was before Trump did that. And then 2 weeks later, he signed that executive order. I said, see what happened? You don't want to be on the radar screen. John McAfee. This is what I was afraid of. We do not want John McAfee being a poster boy for Bitcoin and crypto. The independent third-party candidate, John McAfee, claimed to fame as a software engineer, ICO promoter. He's running for the president and from the law. You know he left the country. You remember that, Bethany? His crypto stance high as a kite. John McAfee is so bullish on the cryptocurrency that he makes Funstrat's Tom Lee look like a bear. The septuagenarian has found a second career as an initial coin offering ICO promoter, and he has stated that he will eat his manhood on national television if the Bitcoin price does not reach 1 million by 2020. It ain't going to reach no 1 million in 2020. That's not going to happen. Howard Schultz, former CEO of Starbucks, he's pro-blockchain, anti-Bitcoin. He's of that crowd. The former Starbucks CEO believes blockchain is an important technology and that digital currency could represent the future of payments. However, he does not think that Bitcoin or any other decentralized cryptocurrency has value. I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to be a currency today or in the future, Schultz said in a January 2018 earnings call. I'm talking about the possibility of what could happen, not in the near term, but in a few years from now, with a consumer application in which there's trust and legitimacy with regard to a digital currency. You know what? I don't believe a word he has to say there. You know why? because in the near future, Starbucks, you're going to be paying for crypto for your coffee, which is going to include Bitcoin. Don't listen to what they say. Follow what they and their companies are doing. There's a bunch of crap right there. He said that. All right, so that's your presidential lineup so far. You know, when you're out there, you're choosing your candidate for president of the United States. Both Republican, third party, Democrat. No Republican so far is going to run against Donald Trump so far. That may change later on. But if you are a one candidate or one issue candidate, then you want to watch closely to what their stance is about the crypto space. All right, let's talk green. Guys, ready for this? I'm doing a screen share, but I cannot show my back office. But we now have numbers that I can share. I can say the machines today have been averaging about 8,000 coins a day. The name of the game is accumulation. So while a lot of people are really, well, how much money am I going to make? That's relative, depending on when you decide to sell your coins and when you have the ability to do so. In the early stages of Bitcoin mining, you couldn't sell Bitcoin anywhere. There were no exchanges. All you can do is mine the coin and hold on to them. And during those early days, a lot of coins were lost in those early days. So that's where we are with green right now. And think of what the Bitcoin price was in those early days, 0.008 cents. So people were mining thousands of coins. Can you imagine having thousands of Bitcoin? Yeah, you say yes, knowing what you know now, yeah. But back in the day, they didn't buy them, they mined them. So green right now, we're mining thousands of coins. So what does that mean at 8,000 coins a day? Well, I want to play with numbers. And again, as a disclaimer, I am not giving any income claims as it comes to green. I'm only playing with numbers when it comes to coins and when they go onto an exchange. So any coin for that matter, doing 8,000 a day, if it's worth 2 cents on an exchange, that is $160 a day. $160 a day times 30 or 31 days, you're looking at $4,800 a month at 2 cent valuation per machine. See, if you understand traditional mining, it takes at least 4 to 6 months to break even on your purchase of the asset, meaning you buying the mining rig. It's going to take you 4 months for whatever you're mining to pay the cost of what you spent. And then every month after that is profit. See, mining is for the long term, not a short term get rich quick deal. And Justice, if you're still listening, where did you put that video? You told me you did a new green video because I want to show it if I know where it is. But anyways, $4,800 a month. Let's just say if it keeps at that pace for a year, that's $57,600 for the year. One machine at a 2 cent valuation. One machine. What is the average income of a family of 4 working a 9-to-5 job? You want to know what that is? $28,000 a year. $28,000. You spend $3,750 on a machine that, if it gets to a 2 cent valuation with what it's mining at right now, is $57,600 around there. It's not exact. And it's not going to be 8,000 a day for the next year, because the more machines come online, the less coins that will be mined every single month. That number drops. but the valuation of the coin can rise. So even if it drops, let's say it drops from 8,000 a day to 6,000 a day. Let me do that number there. Let's say in maybe 4 months, it gets to 6,000 a day, right? So 6,000 a day times 30 days. That's 6,000. Yeah, times 30. 180,000 coins, right? 180,000 coins at a 4-cent valuation now, not 2 cents, but 4 cents. That's 7,200 a month. At 6,000 coins, less coins being mined, but the value of the coin rose. Let me put you in dream mode. Ripple, at its height, got to what, $3.20 something cents per coin. Right now, Ripple is and there's a reason why I use Ripple. Ripple's 30 cents. Why do I use Ripple? Because there's 41 billion coins. There's going to be 50 billion coins of green. So it's kind of similar as far as the amount. So let's say one day green gets to what Ripple is at 30 cents. Okay, let's use that same 8,000 coins a day. You know what? I'm going to be ultra conservative and even say 6,000. So 180,000 coins a month times 30 cents. That's 54,000 a month per machine. Per machine. You multiply that times 12 months. That's $648,000. One machine. But what if it does do what Ripple did and you decided to sell at the right time? See, this is the whole point. You can have value and then you can have what you actually cashed out for. So at one time, see this mark here, $3.20? What Ripple got to? 323, a little higher than that. Let's go with $3.20, all right? That same 180,000, that's just 1 month's worth times $3.20. 576,000 in 1 month at that value. So it's not what is the price of the coin. Right now, it's how many coins can you accumulate. I would suggest you have a goal of getting to at least 1 million coins and never let it go in the short term. At least hold 1 million. Sell anything after that you want to. But let's do those numbers again if you had 1 million coins. 1 million green coins at a 2-cent valuation is worth $20,000. Remember, you only spent $3,750. 1 million coins at a 30-cent valuation is $300,000. 1 million coins at $1.50, half of what Ripple did at its peak. 1.5 million. And then I already know if you do 1 million coins at $3.20, that's $3.2 million. One machine. We already have people that have more than 20 million coins. Now, there is no guarantee what this is going to do on the market. This is all speculation. But I'm speculating off of a real number, right now, 8,000 coins a day. And based on what's happened on the market with other coins of similar size, similar amount. And you know what the key is here? not the green project itself, because we've got these crap coins that have been on here for 5 years that don't do anything in real life, yet it's valuable. Green actually has a real life use to it. You know, look at all these coins on here. What are they? Stratus is worth 79 cents. Really? Stratus is going to be a bigger deal than what green is doing? And they're still on here? So I have no doubt the value of the green coin is going to go sky high. However, this is what really matters. This number here. This number. I am not going to be able to sleep if I'm sitting on a couple million green coins and this number goes to $500 billion. Because with the rising coin market cap, all coins rise with it. All of them do. This is a good long-term investment. And as Bethany says, everybody uses electricity. It's going to be the new currency in the future. So if you do not have a green machine right now, I will do everything in my power to get my hands on at least a machine and sit on it. It is still going to be profitable to mine. I talked to Mike Boggs about this, and I asked him, I said, you know what? In your opinion, what do you think is the length of time that's going to be real profitable to keep mining green? He was like, yeah, the next 2 to 3 years. Well, I always look at worst case scenario. So I give it a year, 6 months to a year. It's going to be extremely profitable. It'll still be profitable after. It might take 3 months to get your return on your asset back instead of 1 month. But then every month after that is still profit. You guys with me here? Or am I talking to myself? Next up, what I wasn't able to show yesterday, and I am thinking, or I think I know. I'm going to go check this out. Go5mobile.com. Let's check this out. I wasn't able to show this yesterday, but I'm a technology buff. You know, I love technology. I love what technology is doing, where it's going, where it's going to be in the future. And I love we live in some very, very exciting times right now with technology coming out. And I said yesterday that there's going to be new technologies coming out with cell phones with 5G and how harmful that's going to be on our bodies. We really don't even know the impact of that because we have so much toxins in our body that's going to be animated with the 5G. It's like putting a microwave up to your head. But there's new technology that's coming out that's going to have a healing impact. And I'm on the website now. So those of you that remember, I was saying the $300 SIM card is supposed to be up right now. It's supposed to have gone back to $600, but the site still has it at $300. So if you wanted to get the SIM card, you can still do it at $300 right now. But this is what really got my attention. Exclusive unlocked GSM devices coming spring 2019. New phones. And these phones called Demora Mobile is using what's called healing technology. So imagine unlimited 4G for the data, unlimited talk text. How about the fact that you can use one battery charge and it'll be able to charge your phone for the whole month. You only charge it once for the month. I think the first one coming out is 4-day charge. One charge for 4 days, and then the next one out will be one charge for a whole month. And when you put the thing to your head, the frequency that it's giving off is not harming you. It's not microwaving your brain. It's vibrating at a healing frequency. I think it's 4,400 megahertz or something like that. If you understand how vibrations and body works and with liquids, that should be very exciting to you. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. You'll get it later on. But this is exciting. This is real, real exciting time. So Excited to be alive at this time. I'm excited to be involved with it at this time. Green, technology, KGX education. And while things are quiet, this is when you're in the lab putting in work. This is when you got your head down and you're arming yourself with knowledge and information so that when things start to pop off again, you're not a newbie, you're not a rookie, you're not taking unnecessary risks like all the people that's going to jump on the bandwagon will be doing. So that is it for today. That's our pre-Super Bowl talk about crypto. I will not be back tonight for late night crypto talk for obvious reasons. I will be celebrating the Rams' victory over the Patriots, but I will give them this. If the Patriots win today, nobody can ever say Tom Brady ain't the GOAT. You can't, I mean, whether you like him or not, you can't. How many years in a row was he in the AFC Championship? 6, 7 years in a row? 8 years in a row? You can't. I got to give it to him. I got to give it to the Patriots, by hook or crook. They got to where they are. They're there for a reason. So the Rams are the last hope for those of us who want us to knock the Patriots off that pedestal. Todd Gurley and crew, what you gonna do? All right, everybody, have a great day. And I hope you learned something from this crypto talk. And I will, when I start to do my Binance thing, I'll do it in the community group. It's not going to be a structured training at all because I'm going to be learning. Here's the thing. I know how to use Binance. I've traded on Binance, but I traded on it just because I wanted to get coins I couldn't get anywhere else, not because I'm doing day trading on it. So I need to learn how to read their charts the same way I do Poloniex to do my day trading. So that's a new skill set I need to teach myself how to do. Some of you already know how to do it. You're already doing it. All right. Have a great day, everybody. If you want the SIM card, go to go5mobile.com. I'll put it in here. Go5mobile.com. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.